Pick up where I left off. Yesterday I went to Marguerite's greenhouse, or Margaret's greenhouse, and on the way there, like not too far away, there was a mention about, let's see, there's Delta Station 871 meters, her greenhouse is another 400 meters. There's a cave here they were trying to tell me about, and I looked it up. Apparently it's got like magnetite and maybe some gold or something in there, so I found out possibly like the location of like the ultra high capacity oxygen tank, and I might try to find that as well. Beyond that, I don't know. Definitely could use some more lead if I could find it, but I don't really have like much in the way of plans. Already went inside here a little bit earlier, but I didn't like, only went up to like a certain point where I was like blocked, because apparently you have to use like a laser cutter to make any additional progress. Well, it's probably time I shouldn't have been wasting, but I couldn't help myself but take a good screenshot. Alright, laser cutter. I got a spare O2 tank, another high capacity if I need it. That would give me another 90 seconds, like an emergency. I don't know how many of these there are. Seem to be like a couple other passageways, maybe to lead to other exits. Also, it's gold, magnetite, and diamond. I was out of magnetite back in my base. I think that's it through here. Seems to be, no, I got a few more things. Good thing I emptied my inventory before coming up here. Alright, so that's really cool. Might end up running out of inventory space before I can get all this. Don't got much left. I needed the gold, I needed the magnetite. I still got lots of diamonds back in my base. So I think I'm just going to prioritize the magnetite. How am I supposed to get up there? Keep bouncing me backwards. Inventory is already full. What did I just step on? Alright. Whoa, all that diamond's just gonna go right in the water, isn't it? Might save me some trouble later. Yeah, maybe just dump it on near the water's edge. Can maybe come back to get it if I need it. Maybe these spiky things got me. Maybe they'll descend in the water a little bit and I can retrieve them a little bit easier later. No, I don't know how to get up here. Don't know how to get to that deposit. Oh, there we go. Well, there's far more diamond here than I think anything else, honestly. I did pick up several pieces of magnetite and some gold. I was pretty much out of gold. I definitely need more lead, for sure. Alright, I dumped all the diamond in the water that I can see. It's all descending downwards, so it's doing the job for me. You know, I'm using my head a little bit. You know, letting gravity do the job, sending all that to my Seatruck. See, I made life simpler for myself. I can be smart sometimes. My Seatruck's back this way. Trying to level it out because it was pointed too far, like vertically. As I said last stream, they really should have put another one of these large storage like on each side of these. I just think they shortchanged us really with the Seatruck, because I could have had far more storage space with like the Cyclops or something else like that. But these should have been replaced with these, and this should have been down there. Should have had two of these on each wall, and one of these down below on each one of these to make it worth it. Could leave some of my stuff behind just to give me a little bit more space here. That will do it, and hopefully I'll have enough room to get the rest of that diamond. Not that I really need it, but collected a couple of these eggs earlier. I don't know what they are exactly, but I'm planning on building a biocontainment eventually. See how easy I made my life for myself there. Just dump it in the water, let gravity do the work. Alright, it should be all Laser cutter to release oxygen. That's interesting. Alright. Well, that should help tremendously. Like I said, I was running out of magnetite, and I was running out of gold. I was out of magnetite completely. So I only had collected a little bit of that, and I think I was down to like my last piece or so of gold. I'm gonna go plant some food. Although I don't know if you can call that Preston's Delight actual food. Don't know if I got all the edible plants yet or not, but I'm trying to make some progress, like for like variety of food. Alright, so next up I'm going to try to craft the biocontainment facility. For that I'll need a bunch of glass.
Aquarium just for looks, or your own personal sushi factory. You decide.
Alright, I don't know what this is. And I got some other creature. Wonder if... I feel bad for the sea monkeys that they would get eaten, but apparently that doesn't happen, so... I guess there's some chemicals in the water, or they do something to the DNA to make them all docile. Like they don't harm each other, don't eat each other, so... won't attack me. There we go, got that fixed. And when I get some more lead, I need to build a nuclear disposal box as well. I'm still doing good on power. Got all 4 rods, still good to go. And then when I looted the Mercury ship, I found like a bunch more nuclear rods, so I wouldn't have to craft anymore for a while. I heard that in the original game, that full set of 4 nuclear reactor rods would last you basically the whole playthrough. And I didn't craft any until like the very end of the game, and before I left, like on my starship at the end of the first Subnautica game, like from an emergent standpoint, like I felt bad, like leaving that active, because you know the planet already had been through so much, like the car infection and also the nuclear like radiation leak from the crashed Aurora starship. So I was trying to clean up some of my messes, so I built it at the late game. It was a waste of resources, honestly, but ended up decommissioning it, so where I left the planet. Just like from an emergent standpoint, I released all my fishes back out into the water. Fishies or fishes. Fish. Look at my aquarium fish out into the water before I left. Tether tool, teleport to nearby Seatruck Teleportation module. That's right, I did find there was like an iceberg like off stream, like earlier before I started the stream, and there was an iceberg with like a downed alien satellite from like the ancient race. That's anyways, and from that they gave me like several things, like blueprints, and I guess one of them was a tether tool, and then another one was like a Seatruck teleportation module. I was not expecting that. And I also got a spicy fruit salad recipe now. Where I grow some of that Preston's plant and then take a fevered pepper, so that's cool. Alright, I think I'm going to try to find the ultra high capacity O2 tank now. Be nice if they had one of these disconnect modules like on each of the interior sections, so I could just disconnect my modules that way. Already got the grappling arm. Supposed to... It's trying to give me a gift. Well, must have dropped whatever it's trying to offer me. I've been thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch 2. I don't own it. I've never owned a Nintendo Switch like the first one. I've been thinking about it since the original Switch 1 launched, but which was like 9 years ago, I think. I just kind of wanted to take like a wait and see approach, like how the hardware, like reliability and like all that, because you're dealing with like a tablet now, and you like got to deal with like battery life. I never like own like a Game Boy, I own a Game Boy Color, I have a Nintendo 64, a GameCube, and a Nintendo Wii, and I didn't get anything after that, and I never got like a DS or any of the other ones, like the handhelds, so I don't know if like the DS is like run off like lithium batteries or not, but you know, there's always like concern like the batteries like failing and then not being able to easily replace the batteries or find like replacement batteries. It's kind of how I looked at it, or like even like being in like a tablet, like trying to game off a tablet, it could like end up overheating and then the components will fail, so that's been kind of like why I've been taking like a wait and see approach. And then at some point, like I had, you know, with the Switch 1, they said, I heard a rumor that there was going to be like a new revision of the Switch, so I kept waiting and waiting, and then that rumor ended up turning out to be a Nintendo Switch OLED model. And then that eventually came out, and I think I already got those back in my base right now, the catching and the incubator. And then by then, like the Switch had already been out, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Like they had done the Switch 1, the Switch Lite, and like the OLED version. So I figured it was like end of life, and that there was going to be like another console coming out, so I ended up like waiting some more. And sure enough, they eventually said, you know, okay, we're coming out with the Switch 2. And I think that was like last year, maybe. And as always, I usually try not to buy stuff like at launch. Like I try to wait a little bit and try to see how it goes. And then now, just got some news the other day that they're coming out with another model of the Switch 2. If like the rumors are to be believed. Because the European Union has basically said they need to change like their batteries so like they're easily accessible and repairable, maybe even swappable. But like not just for the Switch 2, but like the Joy-Cons as well, is what they were saying. And I think I tried planting that antenna fruit and I couldn't, unless I had to plant it outside. I can try that, I guess. And I guess, anyways, back to the Switch 2, I think it's probably going to affect the manufacturing, like for, like across the world, like, because those regulations, it's going to end up making them all have to be like, not just that, but phones too, like in other electronics. like easily accessible battery, like for replacement. So, and that's supposed to come out next year, if the rumors are to be believed. So here I was, you know, about to click the purchase button on the Switch 2, and then I hear that rumor, and here I've already waited almost 10 years, like 9 years at this point, but 6 or 7 years, like more seriously. And I guess I'll be having to wait another year, I guess. Unless I just go ahead and do it. Just, you know, electronics are getting more and more expensive, like with AI shortages and stuff, and I don't want to just buy stuff that's going to be like obsolete. Or where I only have like a little bit of time to enjoy it, you know, before the next model comes out, basically. I don't mean to hit those sea monkeys. They're just... I'm trying to find the ultra high capacity oxygen tank, and I'm supposed to be in a sea monkey nest near the Lilly Pad area, but I don't know. I've already found multiple nests. There was a YouTube video, I think, from a YouTube channel called Alien Mom, but I didn't get to finish watching it. I only watched like a little bit of it earlier. She was telling me about this location, so the nest looks empty. I might even be going around in circles, to be honest. I'm so sorry. I used to hate those sea monkeys because they would steal from me all the time, but now I don't hate them anymore. And they've become friendly towards me, but I'm not really showing them friendship in return when considering I keep hitting them accidentally. I never played the Breath of the Wild, obviously, nor the sequel yet. But, well, all that I've seen is quite a different Zelda game. Like, to me, I want more Zelda games, like with like the classic formula, like more dungeons and stuff. So, as like a long time gamer, I think I would miss having that. I mean, I'm all for them adding all the systems that they added in, but, you know, give me the classic dungeons too, is what I'm trying to say. I don't have a lot of money to buy the games for Nintendo Switch 2 if I ever buy one. So I was kind of thinking about starting off with like the Nintendo Switch online subscription and doing like the gaming through that for a while, and then, you know, gradually, you know, buy a few games here and there is what I was thinking. I'm not rich or anything, like I don't have a whole lot of money, so that's part of the equation, like why I waited, you know, almost 10 years to, you know, buy a Switch. But anyways, that's what's going on really, or my thoughts on the subject. So don't really have a whole lot else other stuff to say about my life or what I'm doing. There's something here. Okay, so I finally found one fragment for the ultra high capacity tank. Need to find one more. At least I'm in the right place. See if I can find the other one nearby. Exosuit thermal reactor module fragment. Alright, I got the blueprint for that. I didn't have it before, but I can't imagine it'll be like too useful, like compared to like the first game. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, this place is like cold temperatures compared to like the biome for like the first game, and there was like more thermal vents, and then you could even like essentially go to hell, so to speak. You know, fight a sea dragon down in hell, like in the first game. No other players have done it, but I thought it was a pretty epic, though. Like to fight one of those sea dragons with like a prawn suit. Or at least in my head it seemed more epic, maybe on screen it didn't. The monsters in this game, they aren't scary at all. They're just not. Like I did find like what was it called, a shadow leviathan or something like that in here, and that was probably below zero. That was probably like a scarier one. But, you know, compared to the first game, like just monsters in this game, like the sea monsters, wildlife, that just don't seem nearly as like, you know, like they don't get your adrenaline running, so to speak. This is like more like a relaxed game compared to the first one, I think. Like, and they even give you like more like the blueprints and things like ahead of time. It's not as much. It's an easier game, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Thanks for the gift. Oh, at last, my journey is over. I finally found the last fragment for the ultra capacity oxygen tank, so I can go back to my base and craft it now. Let's see, where's a good location for that? It'd be nice if this bed was like more flat, because, you know, that just doesn't look stable, but it is what it is. You just have to kind of imagine that it is flat. And the other thing is, I try to find stuff that's like where the other plants aren't like sticking through it too much. Because then it would look like I have an untidy bed, garden bed. Alright, this will be my ribbon plant garden and grapevine garden. I mean, I like what I did here, like combining like a couple different plants in one garden, but I think I want to specialize it a little bit more. Well, I failed at this. Look how the sand is like getting into it. That's a little bit better. was watching the trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Looked pretty good. I think it could end up being better than the first one, but who knows. I guess my main complaint about the first one, like the Super Mario movie, like animated movie, is like I felt like they made like Mario like demasculated him too much, whereas they built up like Princess Peach. Like that, you know, she could do everything and she could do no wrong, whereas Mario was like always a goof up, always doing something wrong, like not as good as Princess Peach. And I don't know, there's a time and place for that, like with Princess Peach like being more powerful or like her own person, you know, but at the same time I also wanted to see Mario be strong. Like I wanted to see like the classic Mario, like where he goes and rescues the princess kind of thing. Like that's what I wanted to see. There's nothing wrong with like strong female characters. I just wanted to see more like, you know, Mario being, you know, Mario like more masculine is what I'm trying to say, like, and better than what he was, because I just felt like he just seemed too weak to me. But I can't remember when like these small watermelons become big watermelons. Maybe I just need to plant more seeds, maybe. I didn't really mess with the marble melons in like the first game. Well, I'm one seed short. There we go. Gardening underwater on an alien world. How cool would that be? As I've said in a previous stream, I would love to be like isekai or go to another world, or like Chronicles of Narnia or anything like that, or even like at this point being abducted by aliens from outer space, or going to outer space, or you know, another galaxy, another universe. I'd gladly leave my life here on Earth behind, as I've said in a previous stream. I'm not talking about like a one-way trip to Mars or anything like that. I mean, that would hold some interest, like if the planet was already, like the infrastructure was already in place. But I mean something more grand, like an isekai or Chronicles of Narnia, which is also an isekai, or not Japanese isekai. Isekai just means another world. It's a Japanese word for another world. But anyways, I just love if something like that ever happened to me. Accomplished everything I planned to do today. Oh wait, I still need to craft the ultra high capacity tank. Also got the afterburner upgrade for the Seatruck. Not sure if that's worth crafting or not. I was wondering if I could, you know, do like another horsepower upgrade. Cause I already got one of these in my ship, my Seatruck. I didn't know if it would like make my Seatruck go faster, like having two of them, or if it will not work that way, like diminishing returns kind of thing. I guess there's the afterburner upgrade. I also got the PRAWN suit thermal reactor. I could go ahead and craft that, although that polyaniline might take those mushrooms. I don't know if they finished growing because I used them all up earlier to plant more in my bed, so I'll go ahead and charge my batteries while I'm waiting. Not that they really needed much charging, and they are ion batteries, but still I'd rather have a full battery on my expeditions and stuff. Also, I will need 3 of those mushrooms. Just need to get the polyaniline. I craft that, assuming the mushrooms are ready. Need to double the resources, so I'll need 6 of those mushrooms and 2 salt deposits. Yeah, it's a 60%. Well, I guess I'll just have to wait it out. Maybe I have to tack down here. That's what it is. It's going to take a while to grow some more of those, but I'll do my best. Should probably just be a few more minutes. I guess I'll just have a snack. Some chips, apparently. I hadn't had potato chips in a long while. Been thinking about it lately. Guess I'll have some coffee too while I'm waiting.
How can this be happening? This world that I have crashed up away. Can I find a way to survive?
My energy levels are precious, I'm not in my element, I feel defenseless. The resources dangerously living alive, can I talk to them?
Waves keep on washing over me. Swim up, down into the open. Cool are the currents of your back. Cool are what secrets does it keep? Deep, an ocean in my head. It's just on my bed.
Maybe they're done growing now. Let me check. I think I said I'll need 6 of these when it finishes growing. Curious about that teleportation module for the Seatruck, but probably not worth the extra weight. Like if I had to choose between storage space and that, it'd be better just to take the storage space. This map or world, or section of the world, this biome's not very big. I guess I could check on the eggs while I'm waiting. Said several of them had hatched. I think I had like 4 of them in there. Is that one of those like hypnosis things in there? Well, those Titan holefish are pretty cool looking. Got a couple sea monkeys. I don't know if these are like pets in this game, like the cuttlefish were. Okay, should have a full bed of those soon enough. I'm going to craft the hydrochloric acid and try to craft the polyaniline. And 2 gold. Alright, got the prawn suit thermal reactor crafted. Go ahead and install those modules. Other side. So I got the afterburner upgrade now for the Seatruck, along with the horsepower upgrade, the def upgrade, and the perimeter defense upgrade. Final upgrade for the prawn suit, thermal reactor. Put a storage module in there as well to expand it a little bit, but I don't know if there was like another one that's like better to have than that, but let me check on that ultra high capacity O2 tank, like what that requires. Alright, so I just need my original tank plus 4 lithium. I think I'll just have one ultra high capacity tank, and then I might still keep just a normal like high capacity tank in there, like for backup in case I need it. I'll decide. I think in the first game I ended up eventually figuring out that this was enough for me, so I think I got rid of the backup or something like that, but I mean, I could do another one of these, but it just take up so much inventory space, so I think I'll do it without. What I plan to do is take like that large room and put like another floor like down below and have my aquarium there. Although I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's like that many types of fish like in this game compared to like the original, so I may not bother with it. I don't know, but I had thought about like doing another floor below this one, with putting an aquarium there, like a really large aquarium, one for like fish that I like to watch, and another like for fish to raise, like for food. Okay, so you have to cut it to get the leaves. I guess I'll try out the, like I said, they said the fruit for the Preston's Delight not really compatible with humans, but I guess the leaves are safe. Or maybe only some humans enjoy it or something like that. But it said it was like mainly to, I think, put the animals to sleep or something like that. Like the wildlife. I'll see about crafting that salad that they were talking about.
Fruit salad does not traditionally involve leaves, but at least it is nutritious and warming.
Holy wow, that's 100 body heat and 85 food and 30 H2O. Wow. Wonder if they spoil or not. I don't see like a spoil indicator. I could just craft a bunch of those and put them in my Seatruck and take them with me. That'd be awesome. It says the Chinese potato is common throughout the China territories where synthetic foods are still stigmatized and there remains large tracts of arable land in which to grow fresh produce. Genetically designed prior to the expansion, this plant is highly adaptable to different environments and a staple of new colony galaxies wide. Marblemelon plant. This plant collects water from the air rather than relying on its root system and produces large, fleshy fruits which are both edible and have atypically high water content. Teleportation module. Harnessing the power generated by ion cubes, the teleportation module creates an interminable link between the tether tool and itself. While away from the module, navigating space and time is made simple by activating said tool, allowing the user to return to the module in the blink of an eye. How the ion cube facilitates the rapid disassembly and reassembly of organic matter in a target location is still the subject of great debate in the scientific community. This module is powered by the Seatruck's main cabin, requires tether tool, link between tether and module is unaffected by distance. Oh, that's neat. So I think I'll try to do that next stream. I'll try to go find that frozen Leviathan and also find the rest of like Alan's like tissues and stuff so I can build him his body. Whatever that requires. Appreciate everyone who liked, commented, subscribed. Thank you. Hope you all have a good week, and talk to you all later. Bye.